Hey, look, hey. I know, man. I told myself like, just don't come. Oh, let's see what is going on here. Oh, too short. Hold on, give me a second. I'm just looking. You know we going again, this. Hey. Interesting. Oh, wow. And they painted the center blocks white. And then I like the little rocks. I like those little, like a little trim. And then a nice little, child, check out this little gazebo, whatever you want to. Okay, then we got a little bench. Ooh, she showed out. We got a little fire pit. Oh, and it's inside of they actually molded that inside the you want to call it the gazebo, whatever. I like the fence, with the lines. Oh, we got like wow, she came out nice. I know. Oh, and then we got a different fan over here. I mean, a different fence. I'm a fan. A different fence over here. Now, I don't know what this stand is. I think that's it. Let me go check on Seth real quick. Hold on. Because I know he. Hold on, give me a second. What's Seth? Usually be up. Got the flashlight on. Okay. Okay. It did turn out nice. This stuff just put me on mute. Let me tap in. Is this me? Okay. Let me tap in and give myself a little thumbs up. Do I have the chat pulled up? Okay. I don't even have the chat pulled up. It did turn out nice. There's so much to try to get it together. Let me tap in. Is this me? Okay. Let me tap in and give myself a little thumbs up. Let me give myself a thumbs up. Do I have the chat pulled up? Come on, Candace.
These viral Paleo Belly beef sticks are on sale right now for
30 beef sticks for $36.
These are the most delicious beef sticks.
All right, you guys, happy Wednesday. Sorry we're running a few minutes late. We were doing a lot of fact checking.
A few minutes late, child.
I think it will be well worth the wait because about that White House Correspondents'
Here
Dinner.
we go.
I gotta tell you guys, a very curious thing happened Afterward, I've learned that the White House attempted to rescind an email that went out shortly after the shooting. Shooting. It was a communication.
What is that? Was it a shooting or was it not?
Which may go a long way in terms of explaining how that Erica Kirk moment went so viral. And on that note, I also learned an interesting thing about Justin Strife, the COO. He became the COO 7 days before Charlie died of Turning Point USA. And I've told you guys he's the person who allegedly phoned the mysterious Pierre on that day. Well, not only did he make that rather suspicious phone call, but he also called someone else with an approval from Erica herself. I will just say, when you learn who else he called, you're just going to probably feel like I feel. These people had some curious priorities that day, which seemed to center around making money. I'll say that. And across the pond over in France, Brigitte, I miss Brigitte. Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron have spun out a new explanation regarding that slap heard around the world. And I would say
something about the Wednesdays, man. I'm talking about the Wednesdays. It took me forever to get here. That was co-op. Taking an hour to go to sleep. He is tossing and turning and turning and tossing and tossing. I'm like, just take your time. Take your time.
It's not that believable. Welcome back to Candace.
The slab regime. What? You know what? I just said that. That's how you know I was all caught up. Here go another music I'm gonna have to trim out. Because I forgot to mute it. So irritating. Oh my goodness. We don't need another excuse about why you slapped him. We saw the slap.
Well, my friends.
Look.
Seek and you shall find. You shall find fakeness and you shall find gayness everywhere. We are all living the Truman Show. So I'll just jump right to it.
Not Truman.
Apparently, the White House Military Office sent out communications shortly after our alleged shooting, right? I feel like Austin Powers, the shooting, the one that took place at the press correspondence dinner, which then everyone started speaking about how we needed a ballroom. I will say right off the bat, of course, it's not exactly weird that they would want to coordinate messaging, right? Just to be clear, because if indeed the commander-in-chief's life was truly at risk, the president, as well as the number two, the Veep, also in the room, he gets taken out. If they're both potentially in the line of fire, then yes, it would absolutely be appropriate for our military to be coordinating messaging with the nation, to the nation, about their safety. Everyone's okay. It's everybody, this has been resolved. But something else happened. So to jog your memory, the shooting took place at 8:36 p.m. Eastern, okay? That's when the Secret Service began firing at one another, so we've since learned. Then at 9:25 p.m., so a little under an hour later, Sarah Seidner, you will recall of CNN, she became the first person on social media to upload the now infamous I Want to Go Home video of Erica Kirk. And we can show you that that's when she uploaded it. There is a tool where you can look at the metadata of Instagram posts. She posted it onto Instagram. Here it is. In the corner there, it will tell you that she posted it at 1:25, and you are looking at Universal Time, okay? So 1:25 a.m. Universal Time, that is 9:25 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? What happened next, at approximately 9:49 p.m., so less than 20 minutes later after that video went out, the White House Military Office sent out an updated communication. Oddly, within that communication, they describe an amendment to the Erica Kirk video clip, okay? The traction of which they were monitoring. Now, I can get behind the military office wanting to communicate. Don't quite understand why this moment would be something that they were monitoring and then sending out language about how they wanted this to be the focus of the evening. That point seems to me to be a bit odd. So I will say right here, the reason why we were running late is because I do not particularly like playing trust me, bro. When it comes to this show, I like to show you the evidence, and we do have the email. We have the email chain. But I am going to have to spend some of my earned credit with you guys and not show you a copy of this email exactly, because we were very quickly able to determine that the Department of Defense is using what is known as a canary tactic to root out would-be leakers, right? So I think I've told you about this, is shortly after Charlie's assassination, they similarly implemented this at Turning Point USA. What this means is that the IT departments are able to implement a strategy so that when they send out emails to everyone, just going to send out a mass email, they are able to issue these slight variations to everyone's email. So the word might be different, the time might be different, barely noticeable watermarks throughout the email, intentional typos. They can use AI programs that will do this so that every email that goes out is slightly differentiated, and it helps them identify immediately the source of a leak. Smart for our military to be using that, but obviously we sat here and we're like, we can't share this publicly because they will be able to determine exactly who sent around this email, and people could lose their jobs. But to prove to you that I am not lying, I can give you a few of the names of the people that were copied on this email. Stephen Chung.
If you don't work in IT, keep scrolling.
Okay, now that they're gone, how are we doing? How many password resets have you done today?
If you're like me,
Was copied on the email. Ryan Rippian was copied on the email, and a gentleman named Gustav Anderley was copied on the email. I actually do, while I'm here, want to remember the title of Gustav Anderley, because these are people that I wouldn't even know. He is the White House Communications Agency, and it looks like it just says he's the Information Systems Manager at the White House Communications Agency in Arlington, Virginia. So these people have access to the email. Feel free to not trust me, bro, and to go ask the press if I'm telling the truth. Possible. You just do that. That's easy. Anyway, I'm now going to read you the relevant portion of this email pertaining to Erica Kirk. Fascinating. Remember, everyone was gaslighting us and saying that this was totally just organic. And no, they weren't asking people to boost this clip for any particular reason. It reads, amendment to the Erica Kirk video clip, the video clip of Erica Kirk leaving the ballroom area and stating, quote, "I just want to go home," is driving our highest organic engagement of all incident-related content across platforms. The current assessment of that digital item is that it has generated the strongest emotional response. It is our strongest emotional response assets associated with the incident. It has high cross-ideological circulation. So whether you're on the left or the right, wherever you stand, we're seeing this clip. That's good for us. It has elevated repost velocity amongst political commentary accounts, increasing the use as a symbolic framing device regarding media conduct and national stability narratives. Our recommendation forward is that all communication channels should amplify this clip further, coordinate with digital partners and our approved surrogates to elevate the reach and ensure dominant placement in the overnight information environment. The most viral engagement, presently centered around the attendee reaction clip, now is circulating across all platforms broadly. Wow.
What?
We want that to be number one, amplified overnight in the information environment at our military office. I don't know. I just feel like this would not be the number one priority of these individuals in an environment where you don't have any answers. Again, I'm telling you, this is 9:49 p.m. This is a little over an hour after the shooting took place. Very little answers. Very few things were known about who is this guy? Has he been arrested? Is there are there more shooters? No, this is giving us a good emotional response, and we need to now reach out to our surrogates, approved surrogates, and get this amplified and circulated across all platforms we want to see. But by tomorrow morning, this is number one. It's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And then, as we know, like this would be number one. It was something that we all said, that's kind of weird. Why is this the focus point? Who recorded this video? Who's passing around? I told you, I am told that this was not a video recorded by Sarah Seidner, and that instead it was distributed to Sarah Seidner, and that they had operatives record that moment. Does that make any sense to you guys?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Y'all put him into office.
Now, in case you are thinking, well, it's possible that this just keeps happening to Erica Kirk, right? She's just being used. She just wants to go home. This terrible thing has happened. And these snakes that they guarded at the White House, they're just using her against her will. I would like to strongly caution you, particularly you, Blakey Neff. What are we, 41 days in? I'd caution you against making that argument because I'm working on a background lead and it just won't be good for you. So just shh, be quiet, okay? Probably will have that for you tomorrow. Anyway, what happens next, now if you're thinking, okay, well, maybe that's normal, is that the White House completely panics because too many people were on this email. Okay, they just made a bit of a blunder. I guess you could say the White House military office panicked, and they attempted to rescind the email. This is also a plausibility. You can get your IT person, if you make a mistake and send to the wrong person, they can reach in and literally take the email out of everyone's inbox. But for some reason, that did not work, or it worked too late. I don't know what the issue is. But it did not resolve the issue. They then panicked even further, I am told, and sent out multiple emails instructing the people that were on that email that they absolutely had to delete it. Okay, it was an order. You have to delete this. No questions asked. There'll be conversations about this. We need to make sure that you have this deleted. And then they brought in more IT to get involved to deal with this blunder. Now, there are other parts of this email I've read. There is nothing else here that would stand out as needing to become a White House internal emergency to get something deleted, okay? First part is talking about approved message, emphasize the president is secured, the VP is secured, everyone's, they're good. That's not problematic. They say that there's no there's no foreign threats. We're going to make sure we monitor any misinformation that's on the platform. That makes sense to me. They also want to, they want to monitor adversarial state media framing to make sure that, other states are not lying about what's happening and saying things. They want to monitor that activity. That all makes sense. The Erica Kirk video, asking to amplify that, to make sure that's number one by morning time, that's the part that stands out in this email. Why would that be a focus? Again, just a little over an hour after the VP and the president are taken somewhere secure.
Swimming pool without the expense, construction.
Because there's a potential shooting.
Yeah.
I want you to think about that. And like I said, we'll have more information about that, and just keep patting ourselves on the back for the fact that they keep trying to gaslight us and to pretend that we are not living
She folding this damn paper.
an embarrassing movie, and that they are not all just a bunch of clowns and characters trying to gin up our emotions to sway us one way or the other. And particularly over the last 8 months, it's just been like, you need to feel bad for Erica Kirk. That's kind of been a focus of the White House. There is an unnatural alliance here between Turning Point USA and the White House. It's too much. It's feeling a bit squishy in here. Which brings me to something else that I discovered, okay? Let's just play a multiple choice game for people who have common sense. If you don't have common sense, don't play this game. This game is not for you, okay? It's September 10th, 2025. Your company founder and your boss is tragically assassinated in front of the entire world. And there's a video of him dying, actually, that is being spread across social media like wildfire. Do you, on this very day, A, tweet something out about Trump needing a ballroom? B, phone Charlie's grieving widow and proposition her about how money can be made? C, call a mysterious billionaire named Pierre, or D, none of the above? Now, if you answered D, none of the above, then congratulations to you. You are a winner. You are not a robot. You know those little tests? You are not a robot. Congratulations. It's one of those CAPTCHA tests. By the way, in case if you're like me and the team and never actually knew what CAPTCHA meant or stood for, we learned today that it stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test, to tell computers and humans apart. I think just more broadly speaking, we need to be able to tell if these computers versus humans, because I think the droids are amongst us. But anyway, if you did pass our multiple
And just to put it, listen, when you just scroll back a few seconds for the CAPTCHA test. Now, when you do your CAPTCHA test, right? When you get one of these little, hold on, let me find it.
Okay, let's just play a multiple choice game for people who have common sense. If you don't have common sense, don't play this game. This game is not for you, okay? It's September 10th, 2025. Your company founder and your boss is tragically assassinated in front of the entire world. And there's a video of him dying, actually, that is being spread across social media like wildfire. Do you, on this very day, A, tweet something out about Trump needing a ballroom? B, phone Charlie's grieving widow and proposition her about how money can be made? C, call a mysterious billionaire named Pierre? Or D, none of the above?
Now that B is interesting. Call Erica. Proposition about money being made. That's quite interesting. I'm like, did you? Anyway, let me get your capture.
Now, if you answered D, none of the above, then congratulations to you. You are a winner. You are not a robot. You know those little tests? You are not a robot. Congratulations. It's one of those
The capture. Now listen, we get these a lot, okay? When you get yours and they come like this, don't bother. Don't bother trying to click all them. Just hit the refresh button and let it, give you the multiple choice one. Because this one right here, don't waste your time.
Tests.
Don't waste your
By the way, in
time.
case if you're like me and the team and never actually knew what CAPTCHA meant or stood for, we learned today that it stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test, to tell computers and humans apart. I think just more broadly speaking, we need to be able to tell if these computers versus humans, because I think the droids are amongst us. But anyway, if you did pass our multiple choice test, and if you are not a robot and you said none of the above, that's a win. Of course, if you were Justin Strife, you probably picked both B and C.
Now, I did have that B, because I was like, oh, why would you be calling Erica with a money proposition? Did you tell her in the same breath that you... And what was C again? Shit, I forgot.
Another totally wacky story from our tips line that we were able to verify because they provided receipts. But Justin Strife, just to jog your memory here, he is the Chief Operating Officer of Turning Point USA. That's a new position to which he was promoted just 7 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He was, as you will recall, also the person that Erica brought with her for our 4-hour sit-down meeting. So we can surmise from that there is some trust between the two. I remember that I had specifically asked Justin Strife about that audit at Turning Point USA, the audit that Charlie announced at the same time that he promoted Justin. Remember, that was one email before they were starting the Canary email process. We had scooped that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Does this mean that Charlie trusted Justin because he was looking for money? And I explained to Justin that I had heard at first what was an outside rumor, someone outside of the organization that Charlie knew in a personal capacity, told me that Charlie opened up to him and said that $10 million was missing from his organization.
This is Pocket. I never go anywhere without it. At the tap of a button, it records and creates organized notes.
And that it wasn't Turning Point USA, but it was Turning Point Action and America's Turning Point, right? That tip to me felt solid, but it was very difficult given who gave the tip. but it was very difficult for me to trust an outsider's perspective, their word on the inner workings of the company. But then, lo and behold, someone from within the company, within the organization, confirmed to me. They said Justin was actually overheard on the phone yelling about missing money, that all of the money was missing from Turning Point Action.
Not all.
How curious. Now, it's worth noting, I'll say allegedly, but it's worth noting that Turning Point Action is headed up by Tyler Boyer, and we have already explained to you that they have built that super feed backdoor, which pays Lori Franzfey, Erica Kirk's mom. So that would be interesting. That's a compelling lead. If I was the feds looking for things, I would probably go, wow, that could cause some friction in your marriage. If there was money missing, if that pans out and that's true, and Charlie discovered there was money missing, and then he established this Doge to audit himself internally, not the accountants auditing, which they tried to then say, oh, the accountants audit every year. No, this was not that. He was establishing a Doge. I would consider that to be an interesting lead. Did Charlie suddenly realize that money was evaporating out of his company? I think he did. My personal opinion, I'm going to stick to it. Anyway, but what's fascinating in all the wrong ways is that we learned that on the day that Charlie died, Justin Strife made another phone call. He allegedly called a former U.S. Army interrogator turned book printer. And that's what Justin had on his mind. He wanted to take care of ordering a boatload more of Charlie's upcoming book. Let's get that to the printer. Let's plan on ordering another tens of thousands more of Stop in the Name of God. That's the book that Erica would then go on tour and promote. They had previously prepared to put in an order, I think, of 25 to 50,000 books. But just hours after Charlie died, Justin Strife apparently, reached out to the printer and said that, let's order some more books. I'm going to ask Erica, and I'll call you back, but we're going to need to at least double that order. And he allegedly did just that. He reached out to Erica and got her permission. And then he immediately circled back to the printing agency and said, it's a go. Erica says yes. Now, I'm often told online, particularly by Zionists, that I'm demonic, I'm evil, all these things. But I gotta tell you, I could never imagine approaching a widow after what should have been a shock murder. I would imagine she'd be in a catatonic state, right? I just would imagine there wouldn't even be a person to address. But I could never imagine thinking, hey, I'm going to give her a call and ask if we can get those books going. I'll circle right back. I consider it a definite yes, but I'm just going to call her real quick and I'll circle back to you. But as we've all learned throughout this series, Erica is just different. She was born for this role. She really was. She was able to just clearly and rationally handle some business on the very day that Charlie was assassinated. And like I said to you, those conversations even about her taking over the board and CEO, that happened early. Within 48 hours, that decision was made. She just had that clarity, didn't need time, understood that was her focus. Like, I will show you more books. And I will say what is especially curious is that I then learned that Justin was reaching out in his other capacity. He has a whole other job, a whole other full-time job that I had no idea about. He's not just the CEO of Turning Point USA. I didn't know that you could be in the C-suite and have time to have another full-time job, but Justin Strife does it. He's also running Winning Team Publishing. If that sounds familiar to you, that's that book publishing, conservative book publishing company that was started by Sergio Gore and Don Trump Jr. Yeah, Sergio Gore. That's a guy, Israel's guy, the Trump whisperer. He was for a while. Also, Ike Perlmutter's guy. Everybody knows that. Israel's guy, Sergio Gore. Mysterious background. So a better way of saying that is that Justin is also receiving money from Winning Team Publishing. and I would imagine, stand to benefit greatly from high book sales. That seems a little bit too close for comfort to me. Don Jr., too, I would imagine, since he's the co-founder of the company, stood to benefit from those book sales. Sergio Gore, at the time of Charlie's death, was the White House Deputy Chief of Staff. And there was a lot of colluding between Charlie's office and Sergio Gore's office at the White House. They were sending even employees that were working for Charlie's office were coming from Sergio Gore's office, vice versa. That's what I've been told. So in that capacity, as the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Sergio Gore was second in command to Susie Wiles.
Excuse me, I'm here for the senior intern program.
Oh, the senior intern. Of course, Tyler will be down in a minute. Why don't you have a seat? Engineering on the right, product in the middle, growth on the left, stand-ups at 9:30 every morning. We use Slack for...
He was sort of unceremoniously kicked out, right? They kind of made it seem like it was like, hey, he's being upgraded by being sent to India. But the rumor, the down low, that I can tell you is that there was apparently a bit of a bust up with Elon Musk, okay? So Sergio Gore personally had it out for Elon Musk. He didn't like him. I'm not taking sides. I'm telling you the facts and the alleged facts. And apparently when Elon Musk and Trump had this falling out, Sergio Gore, the Trump whisperer, was largely behind this falling out, or Elon assumed or thought that he was behind this. And Sergio Gore personally put a stop to Elon Musk's guy, Jared Isaacman, being appointed. Then somebody found out about Sergio Gore and a donor's son, some sort of a relationship, I was told. And there was a little bit of time for Sergio Gore to go before this blows up in the media. And Sergio Gore then got moved to India as the ambassador. He was sort of like randomly named the ambassador to India. And you will recall that it was one of the more bizarre post-assassination appearances that was made by our Dr. Kirk. Like, she flew to Washington, D.C., so to the other side of the country, leaving your kids in such an emotionally critical time. You would not be able to wedge me away from my children. Just to watch this guy, Sergio Gore, be named ambassador to India, like, that could have been a text, Erica. Hey, congrats, Serge. Congrats, Charlie loved you, so cool. Wish I could have been there, but my husband was just murdered, so I'm gonna stay here with my kids. Like I said, Erica's different. She's different. She bounces back. And she not only went there, but she said some words. She shared some words with Sergio Gore as well. And here's what she said.
Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness, and I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit, and I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, John. And that man's watching over us right now, right? Okay.
That man is watching over us right now. What's that man?
Does that appearance rank like that? Would that rank high for you for needing to do that, to just be there and watching the president sign something for Sergio Gore to go to India? I feel like these people know each other, like really know each other. We can confirm they're making money with each other, and it was a high priority to think about that money being made on September 10th. There just seems to be a lot of money flowing in and out. Just Turning Point USA, the White House, Don Trump Jr. We talked about Salem Media. Just a lot going on here. Justin Strife, how can you fulfill both roles? Could it be a conflict of interest? How about that? Like, to become a chief, like, don't you check for conflicts or something? I think it could be a conflict of interest. I wouldn't want that. Anyway, it's worth mentioning that Charlie, when I examined these contacts and the money being made, had he have gone full anti-Israel, it would have been costly to a lot of people. To a lot of people if Charlie had gone anti-Israel. I would say including his wife. Definitively, a lot of his sponsors, so many of them had an Israel bend. And it just sort of makes you wonder. I'll leave it at that. We'll be right back after a brief break. All right, you guys, time flies faster than we expect, but when it comes to your goals like building credit, it's never too late to start making real progress. Kickoff is the #1 credit building app in the App Store with plans starting at just $5 a month. There's no credit check, no hidden fees, and absolutely no interest. In fact, users starting with credit under 600 see an average increase of 86 points just by making on-time payments. Here's how it works. You make your payments, Kickoff reports that positive activity to the credit bureaus, and your credit can grow really fast. They even offer rent reporting, so the payments that you're already making can help build your credit as well. You can sign up in minutes right from your phone, and with AutoPay, you will never miss a payment. Okay, I have this very hilarious update for you. First, I want to read the top comment, which I don't usually do at this time of the show. The top comment from last episode, this person, Ag Danetto, writes, I am Brazilian. I got robbed in Sao Paulo a couple of years ago. While tracking my phone, I told a high-ranking sergeant where it was, and he said the police wouldn't go there because it was PCC's turf, the gang that this Nick guy allegedly infiltrated. But yeah, this gringo kid had no problem going there. Quite the gang whisperer. Showing that the comments that were coming from the Brazilians were absolutely exceptional because it's so beyond absurd that you can't even there's nothing to do. It's not even it's not even upsetting. It's just cartoonish. It's cartoonish is what it is, right? Cartoons don't accept you. You know they're fake. And you just kind of move on. But Nick Shirley's really having a bit of a conniption. He's having a little bit of a breakdown about the fact that people don't believe he has what it takes to infiltrate gangs, the hardest gangs in Brazil, in 48 hours with a camera and a microphone without any contacts or something. And this correspondence between him, it's just hilarious. He thinks that we're locked in like a beef of the ages or something. Biggie versus Tupac, right? Like he's so tough. He's tough enough apparently to infiltrate a gang in 48 hours, but he apparently cannot bear the criticism.
Right.
The totally fair and sensible idea that people who can think rationally and critically aren't buying this. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. It's just dumb. So the internet drunk, Jessica Reed Krause, known as House and Drinking Habit, came to his aid. Like, that's what they do. They send...
What is this on her arm? What is that? I just noticed it. Excuse me for noticing. You right. Let me go on back to minding my business. It just kind of caught my eye. I apologize.
Okay, I have this very hilarious update for you. First, I want to read the top comment, which I don't usually do at this time of the show. The top comment from last episode, this person, Ag Danetto, writes, I am Brazilian. I got robbed in Sao Paulo a couple...
I just made a $27 ebook in 2 minutes using AI. Watch how I did it, so you can do it too. Here I am in Designer, and the first thing you'll know...
Sweet, kind kid he was throughout his early years. If Candace's attacks on him don't raise your suspicions, you were never rooting for any side. And then Nick responds. This is like, okay, here it is. Here's the proof that I can infiltrate gangs. He writes back this. That's amazing. To this day, I still keep in touch with a few of my teachers on a regular basis. I had some great teachers growing up. And then she takes it a step further and she says, these are the type of DMs I occasionally receive from former teachers of Nick Shirley, glimpses into who he was long before we all knew his name. A driven, thoughtful kid who showed up to help wherever he was needed. It's why Candace Owens is targeting him now. Nick is widely respected, among conservative media, carrying forward what Charlie Kirk led with, proof that you can build influence and make an impact without relying on crude rhetoric, shock tactics, and conflict. I can't believe this is coming from Jessica Reed. Instead of setting up in a sterile studio, ranting about the state of the country, he's on the ground taking action, infiltrating these scenes in 48 hours to uncover the corruption that the other media won't touch. And he's polite. Lived experience lends itself to quality journalism. Truth over spin, something Candace is not capable of. In the end, old school pursuit of truth will always outlive scripted trash talk. Are you okay, Nick? Like, we are not trying to get you into Harvard. We don't need letters of recommendation from your kindergarten teacher about the fact that like you sharpened your pencil on your own and like you learned cursive faster than the rest of the class. Like this is not what we are talking about. Actually, we are specifically speaking about lived experience. People who don't turn to journalists and reporters. It's not like a form of guerrilla journalism to go out there and understand how people live because they're living that way already. Like that's the point. That's why it's funny. That's why we think it's funny. We're not, I'm sure you're a great kid. I'm sure you were the best in first grade and second grade too. You're probably a really sweet kid. I probably had adorable photos and all the stuff and all the things. This is just not at all relevant to whether or not we believe that you infiltrated the most dangerous gang in Brazil in 48 hours, okay? Like I said, which you took offense to, I didn't know your family reunions were so tough, Candace. Yeah, that's kind of the point. You don't even comprehend that there are families that are so dysfunctional that family events become dangerous after a certain hour. Like if they're playing cards, throwing singles on the table, you're not sure what's in the solo cup. Like, yeah, that's kind of the point, is that seems crazy to you. Like that people have dysfunctional families, that you kind of have a bunch of people that are effed up and you're kind of, but you still love them. It's like a weird dynamic, you know, like they're your family, like they're a little effed up, but like they're your family. That's the point, Nick, is you're not accustomed to that. And those people are the ones that are just laughing at the premise, right? Just like I said, just go through the comments. You're not going to be able to sell it to people outside of like gated communities who have, like I said, never been anywhere and try to experience those things through a TV screen or through a cute YouTube channel. And that's great. Like those people will fund you. But for people who have lived a little, it's just implausible. That's all. It's nothing personal. You and I are not beefing. There's no letter of recommendation from any grade of schooling that is going to make me believe. In fact, kind of the opposite. The fact that your kindergarten teachers are writing letters of recommendation make me definitely believe that you didn't infiltrate a gang in 48 hours. I don't know. It's just me. Not just me, actually. It's kind of everyone. Everyone who can think. Anyway, I wanted to show you this too because, like I said, everything is just so weird and fake and gay all the time. And so we all recall, of course, the notorious slap heard around the world. Brigitte Macron, massive hands. It's a thing. It's that's the one thing the doctor can't work on, right? You can get 1,000 things, feminization surgery. Look at, oh my gosh, do it again. Let me see. Oh, he's like those things at the gas station that like kind of bounce back. You know what I'm talking about? The car wash, I mean. That kind of were like floating like this. Anyway, he bounces back, pulls it together. Didn't expect Sky News to capture that. And then they started rolling out the excuses of what happened. And first they said nothing happened. And then they said they were just joking around. That's what they do. They sort of just wrestle. Now they're rolling out a new excuse because they're realizing, okay, that was a little ridiculous. What can we say to back that up and explain that moment? And there's a New Times headline here that we can show you. Brigitte Macron slapped husband over text messages to an actress. So like everybody kind of knows Emmanuel Macron's gay. So this is just implausible, like right on its face that Brigitte Macron and Emmanuel Macron are arguing because he's texting some hot actress, but that's what they're going with. And they're now saying that, okay, they weren't joking, you're right. Brigitte did give him the business, like, you know, shoved the hand right into his face. It was a little embarrassing. We were landing in Vietnam, but we can shed a different light on this. And what you guys actually saw at the Hanoi airport in May of 2025 is actually the fact that the First Lady was angry.
A year later? You mean to tell me that you want to offer an explanation a year later? Please go sit down somewhere, Brigitte and Emmanuel. Please go.
Angry after seeing a text message to her husband from, and I am definitely not saying this name right, Golshifteh Farahani.
We're having literally the best sale we've ever had on our award-winning Peri Valley grass-fed beef sticks and passion pork.
Okay, there, Golshifteh Farahani, that is an exiled Iranian actress. And when they questioned Farahani, Farahani denied the rumors of any sort of an affair. So that's interesting. It's kind of like two birds, one stone. We kind of want Iran's oil. Let's just go after an Iranian actress. I feel it. I like it. It's good. The West is doing good. Just be like, you know what? This Iranian exiled actress almost broke up this totally normal family, totally normal teacher-student family that's happening here between two men. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on. That is what is happening over in France, and we got to return to our Brigitte series. And
I've been saying it.
you know,
I've
just
been saying it.
got court.
I've been saying it. Like, go back to Brigitte. Go back.
Court approaching. I think June is the meetup. I'm looking forward to it. I hope me and Brigitte get to meet one day in person. I think that should happen. My Brigitte doll needs to be in frame, guys. We got to put Brigitte back there, like like a wall. I got Blakey. I got Brigitte. These are the various items that we collect in the studio. People that inspire me. They are the muses of the Candace show. Anyway, guys, we'll be right back after a brief break. All right, you guys, you know that feeling when you're running on coffee, leftovers from your kids' plate, and just pure determination between family work and trying to keep everyone healthy. Moms are usually the last ones taking care of themselves.
We invested so much time getting to know Jean-Michel Trogno. Oh, man. Let me speed up. My goodness. I took a nap. And I made it to my apple. Oh, we got the doll. She's so damn silly.
That's better.
Look,
I feel better.
Silly.
Brigitte. Brigitte. There we go. Brigitte and Blakey. This feels so much better. I feel like I'm actually at home now.
It does.
Okay. First, I just want to read this person's comment in the chat, responding to Nick. Obviously, I read you earlier the comment from someone saying that they got their phone stolen and the police were like, sorry, too dangerous of an area. You're not getting that back, not worth it. This person says, Nick, please get that lady's phone back. Since you infiltrated, you can return it. That's a great idea. Challenge for you, Nick. Get that phone back for this lady, this commenter in the chat. You got it. You have absolutely got it. Okay. Other top comment from yesterday's episode is, do you think Erica watches Candace's show every day with her jaw on the floor? Like, how does she keep figuring this stuff out? No, I think Blakey watches the show every day with this jaw on the floor, being like, how does she keep figuring this stuff out? He's just so random. I don't know. I've just grown to like Blake because he's just a disaster, and I do like people that are just a disaster. Blake, yesterday, out of nowhere, like, just suddenly says on X, like, did you ever follow up and find Commander Neff? And I was like, you mean Captain Adam Neff? Yeah, we did find him. The one that Mitch Snow got questioned by when you guys were sending out a bunch of people, like Paramount, not so tactical, to say that this guy was completely lying. It was never on the base and he made up the whole story. Yeah, we did find him. And we determined that he was, did actually question Mitch, as he said, as the story checked out. And he was the nice guy. I don't know why he randomly freaked out about Captain Adam Neff, but then he said that Adam Neff was harassed by my cultists, but he doesn't know. He said he doesn't know Adam Neff, but he was harassed. And I said, well, that seems a little strange. How would you know that Captain Adam Neff was harassed if you didn't know Adam Neff? So I'm still waiting to hear some feedback from him. I'm sure there's going to be a brilliant answer. He's quite the strategist over there. Okay, comments from today's episode. This person writes, I never really understood the Sixth Amendment's right to a public trial until right now. Thank God for regular people who pay attention. Yes, it is so important. And that's also why I am against all of these now court processes that you can agree to, like I had agreed to with the Daily Wire. A lot of people sign agreements with people and don't understand why you wouldn't want to go into a private court and have it not be public, because you just think, oh, it's just to hash out details in the public, and that seems sensible. But actually, it just allows them to just harass you, and they can get away with more when it's not public. And when things are public, the public can look in and they can see exactly what's going on. Flame of Love Carmel writes, it's not a Candace curse, it's divine justice. Psalm 37:9. Those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. Oh, I think you're referring to the fact that I told you that that time that was quite funny when we were friends. Andrew called me and was like, are you a witch? And I just know some people come after you. This bad thing is said to happen. No, it's definitely not a curse. I actually have to endure it as well. Like if I do something bad to people intentionally, like really bad things happen to me really quickly. And that's kind of the reason why I conditioned myself to just tell the truth a lot.
Oh my God. When I tell you, I think it's when you get older. I think it's when you get older, you learn how quick that karma is and how quick it like spin the block on you. And so when I tell you, don't even bother lying, Lord. It's the consequences and the repercussions for me that I just would prefer to avoid. All right, don't worry about it. Like, let me just.
I'm just telling myself repeatedly because I just, for some reason, I feel like I have a very fast boomerang rate. Caroline Cook writes, Candace, have you had a chance to see the Michael biopic yet? It was amazing. I loved your Michael Jackson episode unpacking the truth about the allegations and his death. Thank you for bringing truth into light with everything you do. Christ is king. I wanted to see the Michael biopic, but I'm not sure if the wrong people own it. His estate was basically stolen from him by the very people that he was fighting. And so I need to look into who makes money off of it before I promote it or I even see it. That's the most important question because he died and had his entire estate and the Beatles catalog that he owned taken from him. I'm not going to say who took it from him. Jay Lopez writes, may the sacred divine trinity and your angel guardian continue to deliver you and yours from evil. If you'll ask of us one Lord's Prayer and 3 Hail Marys daily, for the evil ones will have no way out but to bow to the Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ. Every day, the Lord's Prayer and the Hail Marys. I do that in homeschooling with the kids. So cute. There's nothing cuter than a bunch of toddlers doing their prayer hands and standing up and saying their prayers every morning. It's just so sweet. Stars writes, everybody say hi to Blakey Neff. We know you're in here fangirling. He loves this show. #1 pod. He doesn't even listen to his own pod.
Here's what comes off a bowl of strawberries when you drop this device in the water. These berries are fresh from the store and already rinsed under the tap. But
Charlie Kirk show. He doesn't listen to it at all. But he definitely listens to this. And so for that, we thank you for being our #1 fan. Kelsey Watson writes, I personally find it disgusting that they are still calling it the Charlie Kirk Show. After everything we now know that they have done, they should rebrand to Crashing Out with Andrew and Blake. Stop smearing Charlie's good name. It is one long crash out. I have asked myself that question. Why are they continuing the show? I think at this point, obviously in the beginning they thought that it was going to be like they were going to be loved and adored by the people and no one was going to look into anything or ask any questions. And so they were just going to slide into or slide next to Charlie's chair and everything was going to be all good. Well, obviously that is not the circumstance. And now I think the reason they limp on is because it would just be another check on the long list of failures that the organization has had since Charlie's passing and with Erica at the helm of it. And, they're trying to get her out of all these events because students don't want to go. They don't want to buy tickets. Chapters are closing. They actually now, I can tell you, are incentivizing chapters not to close by paying them. They're paying chapter leaders at universities, which was not something that was at all done when Charlie was alive and people just genuinely wanted to join, open a chapter. They didn't need to be incentivized by money to do so. And now if you're a broke college kid and you just have to not close a chapter, I would have taken the money. I probably would have taken the money. I'd have been like, yeah, whatever. So that's what's going on, apparently, in the background, allegedly, in my opinion, or something. Cece writes, I'm really curious how many times this administration has had to yell abort because of this podcast. Christ is King, Justice for Charlie. All I'm saying is I'm going to get another Time Most Vile cover. I feel it coming. I'm a cover model again. Hit me with another ugly picture. I got more Trump. You guys text me and tell me what you want. I got some from that same time period. I also had this huge thing under my chin that looked like basically how my lips looked crusted. I also had that here. It was on my neck. It was all down my stomach. Just hit me up. What do you want? You need another time shoot done of that time that I was looking a little less than hot? I got you. I am, unfortunately for you guys, I'm just not insecure enough to care about that. You get sick, oh well, looks are not forever. I'm not going to be hot. like at 87, just get, grow old with someone, find people that love you, find meaning in your life. Who cares? You want your health. That's what you want. That's what matters. Looney Tunes write, the White House propaganda machine is really going strong with these emails. Oh, yeah. And there will be more to come. I always want to verify these things, and we go through great lengths. That's like today's episode. We were like, really like, should we run it? Should we show it? And then, okay, no, this is really not worth it. And then it's like, we can't do a trust me bro on a White House email. And then it was like, okay, but like they are going to have to trust us bro, because this is just a system that they have implemented. Obviously, at that level, they have to have a way to root out leaks. And it was very obvious in this email what was done to sort of move things around. Jamie writes, I can almost guarantee that Nick Shirley probably thought he was infiltrating this gang because someone just took his money and told him he was. It was just some random dude looking for a come up, LOL. Well, actually, it's funny because some Brazilians wrote and said you can, like, the gangs do paid tours, so you can pay them to just go on a tour. So you're not infiltrating, you're just paying them to go on a tour, and they will take your money, and that money goes through nefarious gang actions. But if you want to go into a favela as a tourist, you can actually somehow orchestrate that with the gang. Wow. I feel like that tracks. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe they told him he was infiltrating it. I don't know. He, like I said, his kindergarten teacher says he's sweet. So I believe it. I don't question it. There's no beef here.
It's so crazy because I can't remember my kindergarten teacher's name. It blanks. And for some odd apparent reason, I remember first grade, I remember second grade, I remember third grade, and I remember fifth grade, fourth and fifth. Child, you get in the sixth grade, I think that was when we started having like 3-4 different teachers with different classes. I couldn't remember that white teacher name. But I remember Miss Wood in sixth grade. I can't remember nobody in sixth or seventh or eighth grade. But I do remember first grade. I had Miss Singletary in first grade. I had Miss Chandra Bryant in second grade. I had Miss Chambers in third grade. I had Miss Freeze in fourth grade. And I had Miss House, Tracy House, in fifth grade. I don't remember nobody else after that. I swear to God, I don't. I like, it just blanks. I could think it was just too many teachers. Like I said, once we got into sixth grade, we had to like rotate classes and stuff. I can't remember nobody.
I believe it. Kelly Martin writes, I kid you not, Make Him a Sandwich shows up the same day I get a TPUSA Riley Gaines Send Me Your Money letter. They are so lame. I bought all the merch and both books on your highest sales day. Thank you so much, Kelly Martin. That was amazing comeback of them being like boycott our advertisers, and then we had the highest merch day ever. I just appreciate that. And obviously, I'm really excited about this book. Friday, we start the book club, my book. First time I'm reading my book in the book club, Make Him a Sandwich, which you guys can buy. I don't know if you got it on Amazon or by going directly to makehimasandwich.com, but you guys can do that. Also, new merch on the website. I'm going to say that. Easiest way to support us is by buying merch. Keeps the show independent, so I never have to ever join a media news organization ever again and worry about my content making people angry, because it does. People just, not bending the knee apparently makes a lot of people very angry, particularly Zionists. But, we're winning. That's what matters. Truth is winning. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, let me see what Niecy talking about. Hold on, give me a second. Just let me see what she doing real quick with these pool noodles. Is she making a hula hoop? Did she just make a hula hoop?
Okay, now put your hula hoop in the trash. Now pull this nice and tight, tie a knot. Tuck this under, get some duct tape, tape this in, tuck this down, and add tape. 3 pieces all together. Hi-ya! Here we go. Now get a utility knife and cut these in half. Boop! Now simply slice these right down the center. Take your pool noodle and attach it just like this. We're going north, south, east, west, and we are all ready. Oof, that's cold. Now gently place these in your pool, just like that. Set them free. Boop. There we go. So now these are DIY pool heaters. We did this for so cheap, and you don't have to waste all that money heating your pool. Works every time.
Cool heaters though. She's so funny. I don't know why I like her. She always making little random stuff. Let me just see what Niecy talking about. Like, I gotta go. Oh,
Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
The music.
So, friend to the show, Erica Kirk, she keeps doing these videos like, honey, I know we said enough with the sparkly pants, you know, like she used to wear the sparkly suits, but like, honey, what is this? I don't know what's real anymore. I wake up, I go on the internet, and I find myself in the middle of a story that seems like it was written by 3 different people who never met each other. And I love that. I love when reality has multiple drafts. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about Erica Kirk. I'm just here to read things out loud, slowly, and then ask extremely uncomfortable questions. Hello everyone, if you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your second, third, or fourth time watching one of my videos and you are not yet subscribed, now we go together. Okay, make it official and hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I'll go over some information, statements, stories, things of that nature that pertain to Erica Kirk that seem to have contradictions around them, so to speak. And one of the contradictions is one that maybe Candace might have something that she can add to, because there's 2 events that Candace was there for and maybe she has some insight. But yeah, this video is about inconsistencies, contradictions, and lies. Telling lies is a bad habit that some people have, and if you are someone that has a bad habit that you would like to break, then maybe you should consider Fume. Fume is a flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking the hand-to-mouth pattern. It's simple, natural, and honestly kind of genius. No nicotine, no batteries, no vapor, just a weighted, twisty, fidget-friendly tool that gives your hands something better to reach for when cravings show up. The flavored air filters come in many different options. The ones that I recommend are crisp mint because of the cool, fresh, and minty sensation it gives, or if you're into something on the sweeter side, I recommend raspberry. It's light and tangy. And you would be surprised of the bad habits that Fume can help you break. When I'm editing, scrolling, or even just thinking, I always feel like I need to be snacking on something. And that's actually where Fume came in for me, because it gives you the same hand-to-mouth habit without turning it into mindless eating all day. If you're ready to break the habit, now's a great time to give Fume a try. Right now, when you grab a journey pack, you'll get a free Fume topper just for using my code NISSY. The Fume topper adds a soft, replaceable chewable mouthpiece, giving your mouth something safe to chew when cravings hit. To grab this offer while it's available, head to tryfume.com. That's tryfum.com and use code NISSY to get your free Fume topper with your journey pack. A special thanks to Fume for sponsoring this video. There are no shortage of statements that have been made regarding Erica or by Erica that don't hold up to scrutiny. The biggest and most recent example being a TPUSA event that she was supposed to host with her twin brother, JD Vance. Erica was supposed to host this event alongside the Vice President, JD Vance. However, she didn't show up.
So for those of you wondering why I don't have really flowing, long, blonde hair right now, so I'm going to address it right at the front. Mr. Vice President, I'm on stage here instead of our friend Erica Kirk. That's right. Because unfortunately, she has received some very serious threats in her direction, which is terrible.
Okay, so you see how the specific she has received some threats in her direction.
It's a terrible reflection on the state of reality.
Yeah, it is a terrible reflection on the state of reality because apparently it wasn't true. From a logical standpoint, it didn't make sense. If there was a sincere threat made against Erica's life to the point where she didn't step foot on the premises, why then would the vice president still be there? And why would she send a senior member of TPUSA to the event? Why still hold the event knowing that people in the audience could be in harm's way? Why take on that liability? Well, we know that there wasn't a credible threat made against her life because the Secret Service published a statement saying so. The real reason she didn't show up was because of low ticket sales. And on top of that, even the head of that TPUSA chapter stepped down because she didn't want to stand behind Erica's lies.
When you walked in tonight, I was on the phone with actually the president of the University of Georgia, and she, and this is for the Turning Point USA chapter, and there had just been this situation where Erica wasn't going because the crowd size, and she said that was it. It was the crowd size. We told them that it wasn't going to be a big crowd. We were concerned the entire time. We had communicated this to them that people didn't want to go. Conservatives didn't want to go because they don't like Erica. And they told us to keep going. And then Erica abandons that commitment in the last moment and they get on stage and they blame the world.
The next inconsistency that really bothers me is how her and Charlie ended up dating in the first place. And I think the reason this one bothers me so much is because it does appear that she's a honeypot.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
Back in August of 2018, TPUSA opened their headquarters in Arizona, and despite living all the way in New York...
Oh my God, do y'all see Candace's ass in the back? Please tell me y'all see Candace.
This one bothers me so much is because it does appear that she's a honeypot.
Allegedly,
that's... Is that supposed to be Michael Jackson?
Ignorant.
Back in August...
Do y'all see Candace's ass? And I think that's Officer Tatum, Brandon. Ain't that's Brandon Tatum? Look at Candace.
2018, TPUSA opened their headquarters in Arizona, Tatum. And despite living all the way in New York at the time, Erica Franzwey flew out to Arizona to be there. And actually, Candace Owens was there too. So she may have some more to add to the story, and I hope she does. But Erica says she was there at the grand opening of the new office for a job interview.
I met Erica for the first time at this office, Turning Point USA office.
So we met at the office opening, the Turning Point headquarters office opening, the first one, August 2018. And I had no idea what to expect because I was coming into the office from the standpoint of they were potentially going to hire me.
I mean... I do find it odd that at a grand opening, someone would be there for a job interview. Usually a grand opening is a time to celebrate and nothing too formal happens at a grand opening. But that's what Erica says she was there to do. She said she expected to do a job interview when she showed up at this grand opening of the TPUSA headquarters in Arizona. But Erica also has said that she was just there because a family friend invited her.
I know how Erica and Charlie met. Do you want to know how they met? Okay, let's find out.
So if you ask him, this is the typical husband-wife. Like the husband has a very Spark Notes version, condensed, and then the woman has the longer, more meandering version. So I'll try to blend the two. It was a while ago. I can't even keep track of dates anymore with babies and anniversary dates and everything else in between. So
a few moments later,
I timestamp things in my phone. When someone says something or I overhear something, I use my notes all the time. And I like to look back to see what time that was, what year that was. I save all that. Anyways, so we had met through a family friend. He had invited me to the office opening for Turning Point USA, which I know several of you guys are supporters of. So thank you for all of your support for Turning Point USA. And so I went to the office opening and he was like, you need to meet the CEO. And I was like, okay, great. I don't know. I was not familiar with that world at all. I'm standing in the office and our family friend was like, you need to meet the owner, blah, blah, blah. And he turns around and was like, oh, hi, you're the guy from the ticket line? Oh, it was so coy that I was like, oh, nice to meet you. Like, I have to get back to New York, so I'll see you again soon, I think.
So a family friend invited her, and the family friend said, hey, why don't you come and meet the CEO? So who was going to be interviewing her then? I don't understand. Were you there for a job interview? Were you not there for a job interview? This family friend said, hey, why don't you come over and meet the CEO? Tyler?
So here's why I'm quitting pelvic floor exercise. It worked too well. I stopped leaking 17 years ago.
Tyler Boyer said that he was the one that invited Erica to the grand opening.
After this, I'll pull it up. After this rally, I meet with Erica, and I'm like, there's a way that we can, she's faith-based. So this is the funniest part. She's faith-based. She's so centered on Christ. We've got to lean in and involve her here because we were starting the initial talks about Turning Point Faith or TPUSA Faith. And I was trying to recruit her hard to come work for us. And so through all that, I'd introduced her to Charlie. I was like, I think she could be great. She could be wonderful. And Charlie was immediately in love, absolutely in love. And I was like, it was Charlie, going back, and that's where it's like the tee up with, the clothes, everything else. I was like, Charlie, I don't know, like this.
So he was trying to press her a little more. This has
been Arizona, so I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know if we don't want to scare her away, right? Like we don't have to work for us, So, but like that's great. Let's feel out. And so Charlie did the right thing. He did everything perfectly, as Charlie always does. Did everything perfectly. I dropped him off. He was at the office here, which he was rarely at the office because he was always on the plane. And he had set up a date to go meet her at the gym. Because it's a fancier, nicer gym that's in the North Valley. And I took him over, I dropped him off there. And it was the whole car ride over that was pep talk. So, all right, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to say. Hey, if she says this, don't do that. And he's like, well, what do I do if it like this? Because Charlie had a number of dates, but not that many people. He's busy. He's a busy guy. He just didn't. Yeah. And so it went immaculately. And after that, they'd met again in New York.
So Erica says that a family friend invited her to the office for a grand opening. Tyler Boyer says that when they were at the office, he is the one that introduced Erica to Charlie. So does that mean that Tyler Boyer is the family friend? But wait, she told Candace that she doesn't remember how she met Tyler Boyer.
So I'm sitting with her and she doesn't remember how she met him. But she said that she would look back through old messages because, like me, she never deletes any of her messages. And she thought maybe, specifically, she said that they had a connection in politics via a senator or a congressman.
But why was her family friend, Tyler Boyer, trying to hook her up with a job in the first place? At the time, Erica was living in New York. She was modeling. She had her real estate license. She had that clothing line. She also had just appeared on reality TV in that show Summer House. She had like no real experience doing large public speaking events besides saying nonsense when she was competing for Miss USA.
If I could be great at one thing, I wish that I could sit in front of a mirror or a makeup mirror in general and spend more than just 20 minutes to a half hour looking at myself and actually take the time to put my makeup on and do my hair.
Keep in mind that Tyler Boyer said he was recruiting Erica for a potential position at TPUSA Faith. TPUSA Faith came into existence as a result of Charlie Kirk meeting Rob McCoy. Charlie Kirk and Pastor Rob McCoy met in April of 2019. It is not possible that Erica was there in August of 2018 looking for a position at Turning Point USA Faith because it didn't exist yet. I don't believe she was there for a job interview. I don't believe the point was to set her up with a job at TPUSA. It's my opinion. I believe that the whole point was to set her up with Charlie. Bingo. After this headquarter opening, wow. Tyler Boyer drove Charlie Kirk to the gym to go on a date with Erica. So if, according to Tyler Boyer, the gym was a date, then Bill's Burger wasn't their first date. And I just wonder how many of these random events were really that random. The headquarters opening happened in August of 2018. Tyler Boyer invited Erica there. And 3 months before that, when Charlie was in Israel, Erica showed up there too.
But the interesting point is that year, that was in August. In May, I had taken a pilgrimage with my mom to Israel. And my whole intention of that trip was to find my future husband.
Did someone invite her to Israel? Did Tyler Boyer invite her to Israel? Did Tyler Boyer and Lori plot for her to meet Charlie in Israel and then again at the opening in Arizona? Or was it all really just truly a coincidence? This is a question that Candace may be able to answer because Candace was there for both events. Candace was there for the opening of the headquarters in Arizona, and Candace was there in Israel when the embassy was opening in Jerusalem. She may have a recollection of, like, was Tyler Boyer there? Was Tyler Boyer talking to anyone? To some blonde-haired woman and some other blonde-haired woman? Maybe she would remember, maybe she doesn't, I don't know. I'm just curious. Another misrepresentation, we'll call it, made by Erica pertains to her entry into pageantry, her motivations for entering into pageantry, and how she felt about pageantry at the time that she was doing it. On more than one occasion, she has said that she wasn't into pageants, but she got a letter in the mail, and that led her to compete.
What got you into pageants?
Great question. I had got something in the mail and received it, I think it was 2009, I believe, or 2010. I had received something in the mail, and it was basically saying, you've been nominated to, come and be, compete for the pageant. And I looked at my mom, and I was like, I play basketball. This is not something that I would ever really do. And my mom was like, just try it. It might be fun. Anyways, tried it the first time, ended up getting first runner-up, and then you get bit by that pageant bug, and then you're like, you know what, I'll do it again. And so I did it again, and I won. And from there, it turned into this amazing, fun, crazy whirlwind that actually turned into an amazing bonding experience with my mom. But yeah, that's kind of how it was, just kind of thing that landed in my mailbox.
So she said after getting the letter, that's when she decided to compete for Miss Arizona. Remember that for later. She also said that she entered because she wanted to be a steward for her state of Arizona.
So the pageant world for me was something that was not a form of narcissism. It was more along the terms of being a steward for my state, especially as it hit our 100th year.
So that's some of what she has said about competing in pageants. Now, the part about unexpectedly getting a letter in the mail and that leading her to competing for Miss Arizona and having had no interest in pageants before that is contradicted by the fact that before competing in Miss Arizona, she competed in the National American Miss Teen Arizona 2007 and won first place. So she clearly did have an interest in pageants before competing for Miss Arizona. 2007 also happens to be the same year she registered her charity, Everyday Heroes Like You, just after her 19th birthday, despite the fact that she tells everybody that she did it when she was 17.
I'm really active actually with my nonprofit called Everyday Heroes Like You. We're entering our 5th year, so I started it when I was 17, so...
I suspect the reason she started Everyday Heroes Like You in the first place was to have a resume builder as she navigated the pageant world. The charity never raised a significant amount of money. Like, there are no publicly available IRS forms, and I don't think it's because she didn't file any. It's because in America, if a charity raises on average less than $50,000 in a 3-year period, they only have to file a simple form with the IRS, and that simple form is not publicly available. So we know her charity wasn't raising...
We ordered too many blankets, genuinely too many. And rather than pay to ship them back to our supplier, we're doing something we've never done before. Here's the situation.
A significant amount of money, and she registered the charity at the same time that she was doing pageants, so it does seem like this charity was a front for Erica's ambitions. Erica also said that she competed in Miss Arizona because she wanted to be a steward for Arizona. Did you know? After winning runner-up for National American Miss Teen Arizona 2007, Erica Francevey then proceeded to compete for Miss Colorado 2009 and placed 3rd runner-up. She then competed again, this time for Miss Colorado 2010 and placed 4th runner-up. Wait a minute, I thought the only reason she got involved in pageants is because she wanted to be a steward for Arizona.
In terms of being a steward for my state, especially as it hit our 100th year.
Erica Francevey then took her ass back to Arizona, where she competed in the Miss Arizona 2011, where she won 1st runner-up, and then again for Miss Arizona 2012, where finally she won 1st place.
I remember getting something in the mail when I had come home from school one summer, and it was like, hey, you should compete at Miss Arizona USA. Someone nominated you. And I was like, I don't know who would nominate me for that, but okay.
That's not true.
Erica didn't just get a letter in the mail and then decide to compete for Miss Arizona, as she said in that interview. That is demonstrably a motherfucking lie. The next statement that defies logic is one that Erica made at an event that was secretly caught on tape.
Yeah, no, to answer your question, my husband isn't here to say whether or not we should be at war with Iran. I would love for him to be here right now to tell us if we should or should not. I would love it. I miss his voice more than anyone in this world. And, you know, it's frustrating when you have people speaking for him. I can say I have a sentiment for that.
So according to Erica, it's a complete mystery what Charlie would have thought about this war in Iran, despite having been in a relationship with him for over 6 years. She can't even begin to speculate on what Charlie could have possibly felt, could have possibly thought about this war in Iran.
I don't think we should bomb Iranian nuclear facilities. I just don't. I think it would be a huge mistake. It's an act of war against a major country. You go to war with Persia, it will bring your country down. The American people did not rise up in major numbers because we want war with Iran. That was never part of the deal, okay? It was never like, hey, America first, comma, we're going to go do a bunch of, targeted strikes on the inland of Iran. So that's just where I would say that would be a catastrophic mistake. I'm resolutely America first. I think that our own borders matter a lot more than the borders of a foreign country. And I think it's a long past time that our leaders would start to prioritize the well-being of our own citizens, not those of foreign nations. Not that crazy of a concept, right? We have so many pressing problems at home, and our leaders are internationally obsessed, and they are domestically ignorant.
It is obviously very clear what Charlie thought about the war in Iran, and the fact that she pretends that it's a mystery is insulting. This woman also said that the reason she went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner was for this reason.
Everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me, and I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly.
Flashback.
She carries light behind her eyes, even when the dark.
I fully believe she went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner simply because she wanted to. And if that's the case, just say so, Erica. She's a social climber. Of course she wanted to be there. The next statement that seems to be existing on two different timelines is whether or not Erica has ever lived in China, okay? Here is what she said when she did an interview with Notre Dame Preparatory School.
Because I've lived all over the country, or all over the world and country, but when I lived in China...
This is Erica in an audition tape for The Amazing Race, once again saying that she lived in China.
Especially, like, I've lived in China.
Here is Charlie Kirk in a debate saying that his wife lived in China for 6 months.
Like you, my wife lived in China for 6 months, and she'll show you the videos, she'll show you the images. They don't have a regard for human life.
So Charlie was under the impression that Erica lived in China for 6 months, likely because that is what she told him. When Candace Owens inquired about this was the response she got.
That having asked this question through an official channel, Turning Point USA, I received a response alleging that Erica never lives there. So that's coming from Erica. She actually never lived there. They said that she simply visited for 2 weeks, like a tourist, just to visit the Great Wall and perhaps see other monuments in history.
If Erica did in fact only spend 2 weeks in China, and she was going around telling everyone that she lived there, that's wild. I guess I can say I lived in Mexico because I once stayed there for 2 weeks, and I guess I've lived many places, okay? If you spend more than a week somewhere, that means you've lived there, okay? Like, that's just so crazy to me. No one mistakes visiting a place for 2 weeks as living there, and telling Charlie that she lived there for 6 months, that is deception. She's a Decepticon. Look, maybe there is an Erica variant, okay, one that lived in China, one that wasn't into pageants and hates the spotlight and actually isn't family friends with Tyler Boyer, and she's stuck in a third dimension and she's waiting for someone to just astral project and save her, okay? Maybe that's what's going on here. I mean, it's just a mystery. It's a mystery why she can never get her story straight, especially because she is on record saying that she writes everything down in her phone so that she can remember it.
I timestamp things in my phone. When someone says something or I overhear something, I use my notes all the time, and I like to look back to see what time that was, what year that was. I save all that.
Anyways, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you are not yet subscribed, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check out the sponsor of today's video, Fume. Use code NISSY to get a free topper when you order a journey pack. Links are in the description box down below. If you liked this video and you would like to see more like it, I will have 2 more videos for you in the end cards. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Get on up out of here. Oh shit. Hold on. What happened to
Hey
me
there,
too?
are you struggling to sell your house? Tired of massive commissions and fees? Let me tell you about the
Other one of those too.
Man, listen, if you look at my history, I have always embraced all the new generations of people. From Charlemagne to academics to Adam 22 to Sean Cotton to you to everybody, man, to Trap Lord Ross, everyone, man. I've always opened my door. I've always left my phone number. Call me if you have any questions, because I'm the OG in this, right? I've been doing it longer than anyone. I'm not saying I'm better or worse than anyone. I'm not saying that, but I started in 2008.
See, but this what got me at that time. See, at that time, China Mac was your Boosie.
Not really, no.
Well, he was your go-to.
He was a regular guest.
He was a regular.
He was not Boosie, though.
Well, I'm not saying number-wise, but he had a more real occurrence on your platform at that time than anybody. I was seeing him more than anybody.
Yeah, and then he ended up messing with me, setting up for a prank on live.
Well, he threatened.
And honestly, I forgive him for that, man.
He threatened to harm me on your platform. That's what made me go in on him and then the Asian culture. Because he said, oh, man, that motherfucker, I do this. So I'm saying, man, you gonna let him get on your platform and threaten what he'll do to me? I don't even know him. So that's what made me target him.
Okay.
Prior to that, I had no knowledge. I was watching you. I said, goddamn, Vlad gonna let it. And I had just done my first interview.
Yeah, the thing with me and China Mac is we were cool and he had been a regular. In fact, I did his first interview ever out of prison. Ever. I introduced him to this whole world. And he asked me to be on his live. And I said, all right, cool. I don't usually do lives, but I'll be on your live. And I'm like, should I bring security? No, it's going to be just us. We good. I said, all right, I'm not going to bring security. I showed up, and in the middle of the interview, these dudes walked in the room arguing, and one of them was talking about, I'm getting my gun. I'm about to go get my gun. So I had, I think, pepper spray in my pocket. So you see me on live, put my hands in my pocket, and I'm like trying to think if I'm going to have to pepper spray somebody or if I'm going to have to run up out of there or something, but it was a very tense moment. And then it was a joke. And I'm like, man, I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that, man, because you don't know how I would have reacted. Yeah. And, as soon as it was happening, the shit was getting clipped up and it was all over. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, hey, man, I don't like that. Cut that out of the footage. It's being done live. And I could have reacted all types of ways. I could have pepper sprayed somebody. I could have tried to kill somebody just out of self-defense. Like, I didn't know what was happening. And it's like, oh, well, no, man, it's just a prank. And it's like, when you talk about guns, that's no longer a prank to me. I don't find that funny.
No.
All right? Because now I'm talking about killing people in self-defense now. If there's a gun in the vicinity and you guys are talking about doing something, now I'm thinking about self-preservation. I'm not talking about fun and games anymore.
I don't do pranks. I don't do pranks in joke video.
Yeah.
See, you gotta understand, I was new to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of my problems with the black culture. Everybody was following Vlad TV's formula. And I didn't want to follow that formula. Vlad had a motherfucking formula that maximizes his monetary value for his interviews. You may not get the full interview for Vlad for maybe a month and a half. 8 minutes here, 12 minutes there. So by the first 5 or 6 days, Vlad may give you 5 clips. In the 4th clip, I may say something that you don't like anymore. So now you're turned off. Just off that one little video. So you're not gonna watch none of the rest of the 20-something clips Vlad is gonna give you and then give you the whole story at the end. You're turned off by what I said in the beginning, right? So I started seeing that hurts the storyteller. It helps Vlad, it hurts the storyteller because the power of your story and the testimony that you giving is people being to hear it entirety in full.
Complete story, yeah.
That's the power in the message. But if you clipping and snipping it, well, they're getting the clips, they're getting the titles. One thing I love about you, you don't clickbait.
Nah, never.
You never clickbait.
No, it's always accurate. The title is really what's happening there.
So one thing I relied and what I learned from you is from doing your method, I reversed it. I give you the full interview. And then I'll come back with the Vlad method and I will clip it by titling it, time stamping it. So it's kind of what you do.
But I tried it that way as well. The problem is that it's all about new, right? So when you put out the full interview and put out clips afterwards, people really realize that, this isn't new anymore.
Right.
It's already been put out in the full, and there's less excitement over the clips.
Right.
So the clips end up not doing the numbers as if you put them out ahead of time. So listen,
Well,
people do it how they do it.
You created this for your audience.
Yeah.
Right.
It works perfect for your audience because you started out as a real entertainment DJ media hip hop guy. So nobody can take that from you.
Yeah.
The rest of us either start out as a fan, wanting to be a podcaster, so we're just uploading shit or our attention spans.
Yeah.
We need substance at work. We need substance as truck drivers. You have a fan base. I went and tapped into a whole nother audience, right? So what I started realizing, I started saying, well, Vlad's not even paying attention to the whole story. I told Vlad how I lost my eye. I didn't get stabbed in the eye in prison. I lost my eye playing with a homemade slingshot as a kid. That's my first interview, Vlad.
Yeah.
The second interview, I come out and say, hey, man, I'm just playing a character. That's the real me. I saw this movie. I saw the movie Dolomite. I've never been to prison. I've never shot a gun at a black man. I joined the gang in the boys' home. I've never been to an adult prison in life, ever.
But you've never been to prison?
I've never been to prison.
So
I went to the boys' home at 14 years old.
Okay, so after that man got killed in the robbery?
I went to a boys' home.
For how long?
Until I was 21.
Oh, okay.
I got out at 21.
7 years.
My record was sealed. I have no felony conviction. That's why I flash all these different kind of guns. Because I'm a Second Amendment right. I promote gun rights, gun safety, and I never flash my guns outside of my home.
Connection isn't just physical, it's mental too. And that's actually why I
story over and over again.
So Aaron the plumber was supposed to do an interview on Vlad TV.
You're right. And
He agreed to do it for free if we flew him out, which we did. We flew him out. He arrived at the airport, got mad for
Because-
whatever reason. He said, yeah, I ain't doing this
I think he said somebody's band got lost.
for you. Whoever got some money for me out here, I'm in New York right now. Fuck Vlad and fuck this interview.
Right.
I remember that. He was with me before he flew out.
He said afterwards, he sent
Look at
one
that.
of my people a message, said, hey, I'm really sorry about what happened. Charleston White convinced me not to do the interview, which is why I canceled.
No, I didn't. I would not convince him not to do the interview. For one, even if Vlad don't pay you, it's like performing at the Super Bowl, which you're gonna get on the back end, right? Especially if it's your first, second interview. I set him up out there to go to New York when you had him to meet with Shannon Briggs. They was gonna get him with somebody who was gonna get him to train in boxing. They were gonna sponsor his boxing before he signed with Misfits.
Okay.
I don't know why he didn't do that interview with you, because he went out there to do it.
Yeah.
He went out there to do it. I was in Atlanta doing a show at the time, so he went out there to do it, so I don't know why he didn't do it. So when he left you, he flew to me. And I had a comedy show with Woody, and me and him was booked for something else. And when he got from the airport, he Ubered to a girl's house and got him a gun.
Okay.
I had an Atlanta police officer who works at the sheriff's department. Just got off work. Say, hey man, can you pick Aaron up from where the location from? Take him to the hotel. So when the officer gets there, or Aaron puts the bag in the back, when they get to the hotel, the officer knows he got a gun on him. Got a shiesty mask. And I mean, you finna go in there and check in a hotel like that? So, man, I cut ties with him that weekend. So he was having a problem with a guy by the name of Chaotic, which I knew nothing about this. He must, so the guy seems paranoid, schizophrenic.
Yeah, I think Aaron is just
I think he was shot in the head before. Well, he's been shot in the head before.
Oh, really?
He's
I just think he's slow, man.
And I
at the
think
end
he's
of the day,
paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, he's not welcome on the platform. Like, you can't do that type of shit.
I took him to Aiden Ross 3 different times. Before the Misfits contract, publicly announced it, put him and Aiden on the phone. He went and signed with Misfits. It went bad with Misfits.
Yeah, he ended up not boxing, I remember.
Yeah, so then
he bumped out.
So then I brought him back to Aiden. Aiden was like, nah. Eventually he ended up went behind my back, signed a deal with Aiden, backed out, and So I hadn't heard from him since.
Man, listen, I've had people not show up to interviews. This happens. But I've never, ever, ever, ever flown someone
fly
out,
you out.
got in a hotel room, had them arrive in the city and then not show up. That's never happened.
Because why would you go there and then niggas say, man, don't go do it. Vlad's never set nobody up. So there's nothing for me to say not to go do it.
Right.
But why would go to the city if you're not gonna do it?
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I don't get it.
But from what I saw, and I've had him in my home in Dallas, Miami, I've been with him, traveled with him. From what I saw, he's paranoid and afraid of being set up every time he goes somewhere.
Okay, but I was gonna set him up.
He thinks for whatever reason your relationship with Wack 100, he fears Wack. He fears the shit out of Wack, man. I don't know what he's scared, man. He fears Wack 100.
Funny. Yeah, man. I mean, speaking of Aiden Ross, I took Boosie's side when Aiden tried to book him, but then tried to get you on the same stream, and then Boosie canceled. So then I started beefing with Aiden. And I remember even when we met up, remember the last time we saw each other at the Adam 22 fight that Aiden Ross was putting on, I remember being there and like acting was like, yo, I'll go introduce you to Aiden. I'm like, no. He might kick me out right now because me and him been beefing over you.
You would play hard on him for that. Because he really was going to try to book Boosie and he was going to slide me in and try to squash the beef.
Yeah, but Boosie...
And you knew he was going to do that. You knew Boosie wouldn't do that.
I didn't know he was going to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, you knew Boosie wouldn't do that.
I knew Boosie wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I just know Boosie. He wouldn't do that. So I got into beef with Aiden over Boosie, and I took that on myself, but I'm like, yo, Boosie's my man. I'm going to ride for him. This is where the loyalty comes in. And ultimately... I had to fix my relationship with Aiden Ross later on because we ended up actually getting introduced and we hugged it out, we exchanged numbers.
He's really a good kid, man.
Man, you're a good kid, man. We talking about doing an interview at some point. No, man. So that just kind of goes to show. Now, you and Aiden have some sort of falling out?
Well, we didn't.
As he's coming after our rights, she's fighting back. State Rep Darshan Kendrick, protecting our elections, fighting to expand Medicaid, blocking Trump's agenda here in Georgia. Let's re-elect Darshan Kendrick, Democrat for State House.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know. Part two. All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly.
To do the interview.
So let me just be transparent, right? My first time publicly saying I'm finna do a Vlad TV interview. You know how many people came to me of affluence and tried to discourage me from doing that?
Happens all the time.
Made me feel like, nigga, I'm selling my soul. I'm finna join the Illuminati. I'm selling out my people. Nigga, I had nigga really making me feel like that, homie. And one nigga in particular is a guy by the name of Smackwater out of Houston. Nigga talk loud, bitch nigga, you know, he's always angry all the time. Homie, he made me feel like I was going against our spiritual nature as black people from sitting down with Vlad. And I pondered on it. And I started looking at everybody that's been on your platform and the notable names and the historical figures and faces. Man, this is a...
Welcome, my love. Thank you for coming over here. It's no shade to Sean Cotton, okay? If he get on the algorithm, you know, I'll watch it. But thank you. Thank you so much for coming here. We accept everybody over here on the Black TV. Come.
It's to be.
Yeah.
If you're a portrait of this millennial, this era. Yeah. So I seen nothing wrong. And it can help, right?
Yes.
To this day, all the people that tried to shame me for doing this is still down where they are.
Right.
Ooh.
I've elevated to heights and places I could have never even dreamed.
Yeah.
So part of me falling out with you and with so much pride and ego, just make my people proud. Culture vulture. I had favorable things to say about you, even when we fell out. I knew nothing bad to say but what the culture would say. If you go, man, culture vulture, still not shit. And then I come back and say, oh man, nah, Vlad really gave me some game. So let me finish, right? We as black people squander off a lot of opportunities. We fuck up a lot of things that God got for us with that mindset of our people.
Yep.
Man, God connect us with whoever. A racist motherfucker, it don't matter who God bring you to when you get to. So God used a donkey, a burning bush. So I fucked off our relationship a whole, for the most part, with a lot of ease because I got this to fall back on, keeping it real. But guess what I realized? It's not a safety net. When I fall back on this keeping it real shit, I hit the ground. It's a safety net. So when you hit the ground, you looking at all these motherfuckers now, they saying what you was doing didn't work. So check the play, right? So now here come Aiden Ross. I done fucked it off with Vlad.
Yep.
I done fucked up with DJ Academics and the big show we had in New York with the Asians and Live Nation. Here come another opportunity God is bringing about with a kid I had no knowledge of. He's been in my inbox for damn near 6 months trying to book me. So when I look at him, he look like a goofy gay. This is a bot channel. 5 million, this is a bot. This can't be real. Because I never seen any words wrote. So when my son said, well, yeah, Dad, my son CJ said, no, Dad, that's Aiden Ross. You don't know who he is? So when I finally find out who he is, I accept his booking. But, homie, that Illuminati talk and secret society and you have to sacrifice, you have to be gay to get in. All of us as poor black people who have dreams to be celebrities, when we get to the door, we have this fear in our head that we're gonna have to get fucked in the ass, turn gay, we're gonna have to sacrifice our mother, kill our daughter. So we don't believe that our gifts and our talents got us here. We don't believe that our prayers have been answered, that there's a higher power that have chosen. So we don't believe that. We think it's a white man with a magical wand is gonna, so we think you have to sacrifice something, right? So here I am. I look and see how big this kid is, the magnitude. Why would he be calling me? And I've been saying they're fascinated by what they're seeing. I can't see the gift, right? Because I'm listening to my culture and my people saying, Illuminati, selling out. So, nigga, everybody don't have to go through the door Diddy went through, right?
Oh, he wanted to go through that door all by himself.
That's what people don't know. You have to
He
want
wanted-
it.
he
You
ran
have
for
to
that
want
door.
So Aiden books me to Las Vegas. What is it, Red Rock? I done been to Vegas, but I haven't been where they go. What is it, Red Rock? What's the name of this town right outside? It's very affluent.
Okay.
Red Rock or something. But at this hotel, first time meet Aiden. He's at the poker table with Dana White, XQPC, and their winnings and earnings is a 200,000, 300,000, $500,000. I'm betting 100,000. Hey, what's up, oh? Stand right here, man. I give you 20,000. I'm looking where we're at, right? This casino is outside of Vegas. Everything presented to me in my mind and my perception was ritualistic. They take me to Dick's Cafe. They playing gay all day, the gay jokes. Is that gay? Would you think that's gay?
Okay, so I think the intention behind it is probably gay because they're at home and they're kissing and shit, right? So maybe he's being curious or he's gay, right? But if you do it on the fly and there's nothing there,
Look at how he looking.
This white folk conversation, I'm gonna excuse myself. No, this white folk conversation. I don't even know I ain't got no input on this kind of shit they talking about, man. Maybe I don't fuck that good.
Nah, you do fuck good, huh?
Man, stop that shit, man. You don't know how good I fuck.
I know what I'm saying.
You don't know how good I fuck. You ain't gonna speak on it, ain't it? God damn it, man.
My bad, Unc.
Shit, man, you gonna make people think we fucking. She poking me. So my mind, man, it's got to be it. This is Illuminati ritual. He want me to stick my hand in there blindfolded. It's a snake in there. The snake go bite me. That's the devil. He got the other big streamer, XQPC. He got B-Lou. He got Zeke. And we sit at a table like a big feast of the Victorian age. And this motherfucker eating a medium rare steak that's dripping in blood. He got 2 white prostitutes from the Rhino, but they just streaming, having fun. I'm afraid this is Illuminati ritual.
Okay.
So, man, I go ape shit crazy. I cuss him out. I ain't joining the Illuminati, and we got 100,000 people watching live. And we're in Redmond. We're in one of the most expensive places in Vegas. I start saying the shit I said to you, fuck his sister, mom, man, that's horrible shit. Cause I'm thinking, man, I don't want to be part of this shit. I don't want to be a part of it. So, nigga. All right, we still out here in Vegas. Charleston White has escaped the Illuminati.
What actually makes a tool rollout succeed? Most companies think a rollout is just turning on a new system and sending out a training deck. But that's not how it works at all. A rollout is a real...
Look at Charleston. Look how he's sitting on that chair. That's how you know Vlad's chair is uncomfortable. when you got to lean forward, then you got to lean back, then you got to child. When you sit on that chair like that, I think you got gas.
Ignorance, misinformation, and self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
I don't deserve I'm supposed to be here because I got here ugly, playing and acting ugly. But this kid here don't see me like Vlad see me now. This kid don't see me how China Mac them presented me to the Asian community. This kid don't see me how black people are saying I'm a snitch, I'm a rat, I'm a COINTELPRO. This kid says Unc. Hey Unc.
Yeah.
So when I cussed him out, homie, there was one part where he called me, we was in the hotel lobby. He with Dana White them, and I walked by him, nigga. He said, hey, Unc, man. He had a sincere look in his eyes to say, I'm sorry. And my arrogance, man, bitch ass white boy, got me fucked up. And I ain't kind of, yeah. But I saw sincerity. And he called the police on me.
Get your ass up out of here.
Say, boy, motherfucking Las Vegas police came in numbers. And to this day, I'm banned from that casino. But man, I was using language to fight back, homie. Yeah, I ain't got no power but with my words. And I said some horrible things. So months went by. I think I lost a $5 million deal with Kick.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I had to go back, nigga. So when you go back, they laugh and they say, but I thought y'all said he was Illuminati. When I lost Vlad, y'all laughed at me. Now I done lost this, now I'm stupid. But I thought I wasn't supposed to go. They laughed at me, now they kicking me in the ass. He fucked up, man. I knew he was done. He lost, he done fucked it up. And then this kid come back again. What's up, Aunt?
Aiden.
My pride now and shame, because I done fucked up, but I want to say, man, I'm sorry. Tav called me, man, I don't want to do nothing with him. So he booked me to come to Miami and said, I'm going to pay you for what I'm supposed to pay you in Vegas. Put me up at the Intercontinental. Showed up with $30,000 in cash. I think we did a 20 versus 1, did a few streams, paid me again. And then he booked me for the Predator stream with Vitality. And I spent like almost a week with him that week. And after that, I went back home. And then I woke up one morning and I said, hey man, I'm writing a letter to your mom and your sister for the things I said in that video. I didn't mean it. It's not in my heart. I don't come from it. I don't want nobody to know I'm doing this. But just them, me, you, and God. And we've been best friends ever since.
Love it.
Yeah, so we've been best friends ever since. So that kid really got to see my heart. Yeah.
Finally.
I'm Will Wooten, and I'm running for the Georgia Court of Appeals.
He get in character mode. I'm talking about in it. I'm finna get up off of here. I'm finna go. As you see, I'm scrolling. How did I do on time? We're coming up on 7 minutes. 2 hours. So I got 7 minutes. But this has been fun. This has been so much fun. Thank you for everybody who tapped in. I'm trying to get accustomed to using OBS, obviously. With this channel, I have to get me a microphone, just a little information. I have to get another microphone. The sound. We're gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna have to figure it out. That's all I can say. It's some way, somehow, we're gonna have to figure out the sound. I will take some time. Obviously, I shouldn't have no issues with using my computer. I'll probably take some time tomorrow just to listen to the sound to make sure everything is good in regards to the streaming using OBS. For the last couple of days, I was streaming on one channel, not this one, QLM Radio. It used to be Mrs. Dr. Mind Games. And then I used to have this channel and I would be streaming it on my phone. There was a really bad sound issue. I mean, it was so bad when I would like play the clips back, when I would play the live stream back, the sound, it was just so horrible. And obviously there's nothing that you can do about it at that point. What ended up happening was I ordered the microphone. I tested out the microphone for a couple days. And then I went back and I listened to it. I was able to get that microphone sound where, you know, it's more controlled. The problem though was the little piece that goes over the microphone, whatever you call it, I don't know. But it would shake, I guess, or it would move. It was something with it just had this weird sound that it just kept making this weird noise that I would hear. And so I ended up having to return that back to Amazon. I did end up receiving that money back from that microphone that I purchased. And so I told myself that I needed to order the Apple headphones. They have the wired ones that have the really great mic, you know, when you see everybody talking on the mic and they be, hey, how you doing? That one. They have the Apple wired headphones for USB-C and just regular iPhone spout. The problem though, I ended up ordering them. I'll tell you this. I ended up ordering them in about 15 minutes later. I logged back into Target and I canceled the order. What ended up happening was I said to myself, if I'm live, because I like to live stream on 2 channels, I'm trying to build my second channel. And then I had to just kind of recant that. Like once I let go of the microphone, once I figured out that I was having like really bad audio issues, I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to stream on one channel and then maybe stream on, you know, my other channel, you know, on a separate day. So maybe that'll be like, maybe the weekend. Like maybe the weekend or something. I don't know. I ordered it on Target and then 15 minutes later, I went back and I canceled it because I was like, how am I going to hear if I have my headphones connected to my phone because I'm using a microphone? It's not going to be able to like catch the audio from what I'm watching. And then another thing with the microphone is because it was taking up too much space. But that was like, you know, excuse number 2. Excuse number 1 was I kept hearing the audio and it kept making that. It wasn't like an echo. It was like this, I don't know what to call it. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out what's the next best thing. I can't wait to get back to streaming on my phone, to be quite honest, because my views have dropped significantly. I mean, My subscriber rate has dropped significantly. I could at least get like one subscriber, at least. And then, of course, most importantly, most notably, my clips. Ooh, my clips. I appreciate that. I appreciate that about live streaming via mobile device. I appreciate the fact that you could just clip, and then of course you could just kind of stack them, and you can schedule them to go out certain times, certain days, a certain number of shorts every day. I really do appreciate that, and so I am going to work on that. I think that's going to be my best bet, is to just get the headphones. Like I said, if I get the headphones, then the audio is isolated. Because I don't think that they have, I don't want to call it a splitter. It's where you can kind of like divert it. It's not a split. It might be a splitter. Is that a splitter? Where I can have it like plugged up to my phone and then plugged up to the computer. I don't know. Obviously I have some homework. This is what I would like to call the evolution of a content creator. Live streaming. It's not a one size fit all. Live streaming is different than pre-recording, editing, uploading. It's totally different. It's a totally different ballpark. It's just different. And then of course, obviously, live streaming with OBS, live streaming on my mobile device, obviously that is different as well. And so I don't know. I don't know. I'll just have to see how I want to pivot. I just know that the audio, like, I don't know if it was like I just wasn't necessarily sure. I just know there was a lot of live streams that had horrible audio. After the videos got processed, the audio was just like, and I'm not over exaggerating either, trust me. And so even with the microphone, it was like, didn't help, didn't make it any better, so I'm not necessarily sure, but I am going to continue on this journey trying to figure out, because truth be told, I suck at video editing and video uploading and thumbnails and titles and stuff. Like that's something that you probably have to you take one of them YouTube courses, one of them summer courses or something like that, to try to like figure out the methodology to it. And so that would require me to, I don't know. Like, I have no idea, to be quite honest. Maybe a different device. I'll probably have to take a phone and get an external drive and like dump it, clear it, factory reset it or something like that, and just have like a device just for content. So then that way content don't get lost in transition or something like that, or get a camera. I don't know. I've tried to do video editing, uploading, pre-records. It's just, it ain't for everybody. That's why you see I go live. I'm like, at least I can get the audio decent. Like, if I'm gonna be a live streamer, like the audio, it has to be superb. It has to be spectacular. It has to, like, and so I have to focus on it, and it's so difficult because once I log off of here, it's back to mommy mode. Like, literally, I know that the Apple, the wired headphones, I know they have like an amazing microphone. And I was in the bed putting Koa to sleep before I logged on. And I'm debating again. I'm like, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do about the microphone? Because I see people have the microphones that anchor to the table. And it just kind of, which helps because it kind of helps with extra stuff on the table, right? And then I see people with two different mics where, you'll have they'll have the headphones and then they'll have a mic. So maybe, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, of course, because it's the evolution of a content creator. And so you have to try stuff. You have to try different microphones. You have to try different audio, different sounds and things of that nature. I do want to try the whole, because I think the most important thing is that I should learn how to do is start clipping the live stream, like going back and like clipping it, different sections, different parts or something like that, or video uploads or something like that, because I have the shorts for the live stream shorts, the clips that can automatically be generated, but that's mobile. And then I have the live stream. So, you have like different tiers, shorts, live stream, videos, and then you have community posts as well. And so I am just trying to, feed the algorithm in different aspects. Not obviously oversaturated, but learn something. I like to learn something. I do like to learn a thing or two when it comes to YouTube. It's just part of being a content creator. You have to learn different aspects of being a content creator. And so I did teach myself OBS, which was great. I did go through all of the options for mobile uploads. Mobile, live streaming via mobile device. And so now I want to learn pre-records. I want to learn thumbnails and titles. Right. So that'll probably just be something that I'll work on over this summer. I'll like make that a little summer job or something like that, which means that I'll probably have to, I don't know. We'll just have to see like how the schedule goes. Obviously, you can see my schedule has changed. because school is about to get ready to let out. And so they don't be wanting to go to bed until 10 o'clock and 11-ish. And so that pushes me back now. And so I just have to adjust versus trying to force people to go to bed. And then it still take them 2 hours to go to bed. So, yes, I know. I'm just rambling. I really was just trying to get to the 2-hour mark, to be quite honest. But, and then also just trying to have like some self-reflecting time, because I know when I get online, I'm just content consuming, versus just trying to give myself a little time to self-reflect. I think that that's something that I should work on. It's just hard because you're on YouTube. It's like, it's YouTube. Who's gonna get on YouTube and not see what's going on? But see, that's what I'm saying. I know. It's let me exit out. But I'm gonna keep do this live. So that way, okay. I'm gonna do it live. So that way I have some what's the word that I'm looking for? It'll come to me. Child. It's a word where, you when there's a word that is used when you are trying to let me put it in context. I'm gonna bring you on so I can have, what's the word? I can't even think of it right now. Like, it's like way too much going on for me right now, to be quite honest. It's like late. I keep yawning because I'm tired, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm tired. It just means that I might just be tired from sitting down. You see what I mean? Like just sitting. Get up, stretch your legs and stuff. I did have a banana only because it was in my room when I went back there to check on Seth. It was in there, and I had it earlier from with Co-op, but he didn't finish eating it. And so I was like, well, let me just get this out of here because I don't want to go back there and lay down and I'll be smelling banana. Ooh, that's going to irritate me. So I did remember to grab it while I was back there getting him. And so I hold on, give me a second. Remember the word USB-C. Okay. Remember the word, which phone am I gonna be streaming on? This one? Okay. I don't know. I can't even think of it. Like it's a word. I know it's a word where you're like, oh, it's not like confirmation. I don't know why confirmation keeps coming up. It might start with C. I'm not necessarily sure. But, you know, when you're like, no, I need, okay, I'm finna use my Apple ID to pay for, okay, and then I just exit out, and then I just delete the Target app. I just had to download the Target app. I just wanted to bring you along for moral support. It's the best I can do. It's a word, and I'm telling you, as soon as I log off and I go get this blanket out the dryer and put those other clothes in there, the word is gonna come, and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's what it was. I don't know. It's a word when they say, oh, so I can bring you along for. It's not confirmation. It's you know, oh, let me show you. Stay here and watch me buy these Apple headphones. Again, the USB-C one, because that's for the iPhone 16. So I just bought them, and I promise you, when I log off, I'm not gonna cancel. I'm not gonna recant. I'm just gonna use them. I'm gonna see. Everybody got all these sound effects. I'm just gonna see how that works. Like I said, the only issue is that it's not going to be able to hear the audio from my computer. So I guess I may just have to find something else to do. We're going to get this together. Of course, I'm going to still try to like get another microphone. One that I can anchor to the table, so to speak, right? Like when I'm using OBS. Oh, did you notice my earrings? Oh my God, you can't even see them because of my hair. I bought them for myself for Mother's Day. I bought them from the beauty supply store. They were $6.99. And they're round. They got like a little diamond in the front. They're like not gold, but you know, gold cousin. $6.99 from the beauty supply store. It was Mother's Day. I decided to treat myself. And Sunday, I took the microphone back. That was why I was out. Yeah. And I did make it to my appointment today. Now, if you're curious to know what appointment, I had to pay $195 to get my passport. Over 3 credit cards, Self, Indigo, and Aspire. 3 credit cards. No, I don't like to swipe $195. If I can split it up into several people, please help your people out. Everybody don't need to handle such large, massive amount. Hank Johnson, he is one of the congressmen here in Georgia. He sent out an email, something about pop-up passport. He does these little things. And so I was like, let me see where it was at. It was at Chamblee. I did take some photos while I was there, because it was my first time actually being at the Chamblee. This dude, let me hold on just a second, because he was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. looking at my pictures. This is Seth Miller. I had left my phone in the back while he was supposed to be taking a nap, and this guy, with these pictures that he was taking. But I did get some pictures of Chamblee City Hall, and I did get a rock, and I did get a flower as well. Outside, they had these pebbles, these stones. The architecture was nice. The decor was amazing. We had some little art and stuff on the wall. I mean, it was, you know, it was giving Chamblee for sure. You know, it hit different over here on this side of town. But that was my first time seeing like these nice gray pebbles. Here, let me see if you got your and then let me, these nice little pebbles. I did get one for my turtles, because I have a tendency to take rocks wherever I go, because hold on, just give me a second. Let me pull it up before you the screen black. Technically my camera should be on, but you know how that goes. And so if you see these, let me see if I can zoom in over here. If you see these, look at these dang on pebbles. Now, of course, hold on, stop, ma'am. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at the pebbles. Look at these pebbles. Aren't they amazing? They are so cute. And so I got some of those. This is for my Google review, because I like to I do like the Google review stuff. And so I have another, oh, okay, yeah, open them up like that, and then that way I can just I don't know if she's going to let me preview. Maybe I should have just added you to the queue. Hold on, I got a lot going on here. I just exit out of YouTube. She's going to be tripping because I'm live. Let me just go ahead and open up the next one. Is that you? No, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. She got the slideshow. So that'll work too. Move down so we can see. And, excuse me. See, I taught myself OBS, so I'm pretty sure I can teach myself some about this audio. There's a lot going on here. This is this nice little water fountain that they had in the front. I mean, look at the material. And then of course we have this nice little plants inside of their own little planter plate. I mean, I don't know how big these trees are gonna get. But this was nice. This was nice. I mean, even the stones on the floor was really nice. We got inside. I mean, passport services, that's what I was here for. It was giving. There's another piece of art up here that I noticed after. Even the little sofa. See what I mean? Like, I was supposed to be getting decor, art, architecture, you know, like, I don't even know what this is. I was supposed to have gotten a picture of that. So I was definitely slipping on my game for sure. But, you know, you have to kind of click real fast because people, they don't want you to be taking pictures of them, or people be thinking that you're taking pictures of them, or you don't want people to like feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. So, yeah, I did submit my application to get my passport. And so August, September, it'll be here. You know how that goes. But trust me, you'll be the first to know. I was going to keep it a surprise, but you know, I kept saying I had to wake up early so that way Koa can take him a nap. I wish they would have told me that they were going to be taking pictures there. I would have saved myself $20 going to Walgreens to take another picture, because I had a passport picture that I had taken, and on the application it does say that your picture need to be at least within 6 months, and that passport picture that I had taken was back in 2024. That's because I've procrastinated about getting my passport. And so, although it was $195, I decided to take that leap of faith and see, where things lead. You never know. I know my son was like, you planning on traveling? I'm like, I don't know. You never know. Like, in this day and age, you really have to go where the wind blows, to be quite honest. And so, yeah, got the passport coming. Because you got to pay $30 for them to process your application. You got to pay $35 for the passport card. And then, of course, it's somehow $130 just for the passport book. Now, you don't have to have the book, but the problem is if you want the book down the line, then you're going to have to go through the process all over again. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, you probably just want to go ahead and do this all in one swoop. So then that way, 10 years, you could just renew. And so, yeah, I decided to take that leap of faith and get my passport. So that's what I did today. Thank God we made it there and back safely, without incident. Grabbed some Papa John's on the way back, because who wants to come home and then have to cook that lunch or dinner or whatever? It's just one of those things where just chill and try to have the day off. I wasn't going to go live. Cole was taking forever to fall asleep. I was like, yeah. But then I realized my live streaming time has changed. So see, look, now I'm rambling and it's 2. I figured that this would probably just kind of tap into like a different audience than my normal audience, which of course I obviously want to. It's just like that 9 o'clock, at 9 to 12 window is just not available anymore. Unfortunately, I just have to get on when I can, which is still cool. It's just trying to be a mom. Who knew that this shit was for the birds? But just keep that between us, because it really is. And the bees. It's for the birds and the bees, y'all. We be out here having to make things happen. Like literally. I had to buy them damn headphones again. Like I said, I think I'm not necessarily sure like the window time. But I'm not gonna cancel them. Like I said, I've heard that microphone and it's really great. It's like really great. So we'll just have to see. I just like live. I mean, I love OBS. I ain't even gonna hold you. The problem is, like I said, numbers have dropped, subscribers have dropped. Like, it's just, I don't know. But of course, when it comes to being a content creator, you just have to figure out what method works for you. And you have to be able to be willing to adjust. What was the quote for today? It was actually a really great quote. Something about timing. Don't worry about other people's time. Mind your business. Cause their business ain't got nothing to do with you or something like that. Hold on, let me see. And I needed that so bad, to be quite honest, because I was just constantly trying to keep myself motivated. Everyone has their own time clock in their life. Trust the timings of your life. And I don't know who that is, but that was a really great quote. I don't. It's only when I'm logging in and I'm logging into OBS and I'm like, I need a thumbnail. I need a quote. I think the best thing I should do is, okay, all right, I can do that. So when I get the quote, right, and I just saw this now. This I'm telling you about the evolution of a content creator. It's right here. So now that I'm here, what I'll do, I'll pull the quote up in OBS, right? Technically, I can do this now. Hold on, give me a second. Is it? I think I can. Okay. Hold on. Let me adjust it real quick, and then let me move me so we can do this together. Cause you know I love to do something together. And there is. Should I keep the cap on? Cause you know people are. I think the cap is gonna be. Now, I'll see if I can. Okay, so this is gonna be something new, which is totally fine. I'm open for adjustments, right? I'm open for adjustments. I promise you I'm open for adjustments. Okay. All right. So I have that picture. Let me go and find it. Right? And then don't go to OBS. Go to Finder and give me that. Okay. Okay. So now I screenshotted my screen. And I'm going to, with me in it. And then I am going to see if she can airdrop that to me. Let me cut my airdrop on. Right? Hold on. Let me get my airdrop on. Okay. Now, airdrop that to me. Right? And so, what I'll do is, I know that the video is, or the live stream, I may have to do it afterwards. Since I'm still live, because if I go to my channel, I don't know if I'm able to change I can check. I'm gonna check now and see. If I'm able to, I don't know if I'm able to adjust this Is this QLM4? 4 views. Okay. Oh, I must be off. Let me change the thumbnail. Remember, because I had logged out of YouTube, and so I believe that this live stream is done, or at least that's what it says. No, I see myself live. I just saw myself live, right? Let me check and see if I'm still live. I am not about to get. Oh my God, I'm live. Wait, I am still streaming. It says, okay, hold on. Let me see. Child Jack just. Hold on, let me. Oh, ooh. Wait a minute. Airdrop this to me. I just screenshot it. I ain't even finished reading it. Oh, we so messy. We so damn messy. No, you want to know why? Because he saw that video go viral. But we're gonna let him respond. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me see where it's at. Let's read it together, live. What you mean? I was going on. I was done with YouTube. I was going on to get the thumbnail. I changed the thumbnail. I was able to do that. I didn't. This ain't had nothing to do with me. This ain't had nothing to do with me. But let's read it. Let me see. I am not about to get on the internet and go back and forth over false narratives or entertain social media drama. The people who truly know me know my character, my work ethic, and how hard I've worked to build everything around me. There's always two sides to every story. Let me stop him right there. There's actually three. Your side, his side, and the truth. Sorry, but let's continue. But I'm not interested in turning personal situations into content for the internet. I'm focused on continuing to grow, create, and elevate the quality of what I do. At the end of the day, I'm passionate about my craft and about giving my audience the best experience possible every time I put something out. That focus isn't changing. I appreciate everybody who continues to support me, and I'm going to keep moving forward with a composed disposition and let my work speak for itself. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I can't even click on the. Oh, let me see. Am I still? Okay, I'm on here. Some shit a guilty motherfucker. I swear that's the first comment. Some shit a guilty motherfucker would say. 110 likes. 111. I just like that. Nah, bro, we want to hear your side too. Or you hiding something. Now to think we slow. Either you paid that man or not. It's looking like you didn't. For a channel that thrives on exposing disloyalty, this response ain't it. Ooh. See what I mean? No. I don't even know why he on my algorithm. I've unsubscribed. I unsubscribed. I didn't like that. I don't like that. Still, that hit different. Hearing from Gabe and hearing the fact that he wasn't even getting paid. Sir, that ain't even something that you even should have had to ask. If anything, y'all should have. Well, technically, that's on Gabe because he should have negotiated the pay ahead of time. But of course, I understand when you doing stuff for a friend, you know what I mean? When you doing stuff for a homie, a brother, whatever you want to call it, you know, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Like the first comment said, that's some shit a guilty motherfucker was saying. But in the meantime, in between, I'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Technically today, like later on tonight. Thursday, right? I'll probably end up taking Friday. I usually take Fridays off. It's no shade. It's no shade. I think I'm gonna do Sunday to Thursday. That's typically how I just try to structure it. Sunday to Thursday. That's easier. Especially if Kevin drops. And then we have Candace Monday through Thursday. And then they give me Friday off. You know, and then Friday and Saturday off, to be quite honest. So the headphones probably won't be here until maybe Friday. Today is Thursday. And I just ordered them at like 2 a.m. So, it depends. It really depends. Obviously you'll know when they get here because I'm just gonna have them on, and hopefully we can go back to mobile. I just thought that this would kind of, you know, offer a different little vibe, you know, the whole, but I don't know what's going on. Like I said, my viewer numbers have dropped. I can't even get one subscriber like I used to do every day. But in the meantime,